Dayton Moore has helped change the face of baseball in Kansas City since taking over as Royals GM in '06. He and his hand-picked manager, Ned Yost, helped lead the team to the 2014 World Series, winning it all in 2015. But he's now working with a new owner, Sherman, and baseball is facing a huge challenge with the coronavirus. Earlier today, Moore discussed that and a lot more with our Danny Welniak.
So what's it been like for you during this time of uncertainty?
Well, probably similar to what you're doing. I mean, you live in a very, fast-paced industry and a lot of demands, but it's been a time of kind of pause and chance to reconnect with family a little more on a steady basis. But also, as I was telling Mike Swanson earlier, the days have gone by really, really quickly. I mean, you wake up in the morning, you've got phone calls and conference calls to be a part of, and next thing you know, it's lunchtime. The days moved very, very quickly. And of course, we've been working towards an agreement with the Players Association and Major League Baseball as we try to navigate and try to figure out what we're going to do with the remainder of the 2020 season. So there's been a lot of discussions, whether it be about the number of games and your desire to play double headers and what you think about service time and how are we going to implement the. So there's been a lot of discussions, and of course, about every other day we have a kind of a group conference call with our leadership team and go around and listen to what everybody's hearing, experiencing, and getting everybody's ideas. So,
How surreal was it for you yesterday to not have an opening day? It's just kind of weird for all of us, I think.
well, you know what? I didn't look to see what the weather was in Chicago. I didn't want to go there. Of course, it was beautiful here in Kansas City. And, we're just really trying to figure out, when we can get back playing. It's an unnatural time for all of us. I mean, our springs, our summers, our falls are centered around baseball, especially here in Kansas City, where, some of our fans just love being at the K and they planned their summer events around the ballpark and being with their family. And so we so much want to get back playing. And it's a little bit out of our hands, though, right now.
I know that your faith inspires a lot of people, including myself. What are some of the things that you're telling your players, you're telling your staff right now about maybe the good that can come out of all of this?
Well, when we met with our players for the last time in Surprise on that Monday before we departed, encouraged them to go home. I mean, we just told them, look, don't let this disadvantage yourself mentally. I mean, let's not feel sorry for ourselves. Let's not, let's move forward. Let's reconnect with family. You can continue to do your workouts. We're going to stay in touch, but it's important that we use this as a positive and don't let ourselves feel sorry for ourselves and just move forward. And that's what we've been able to do. Speaking with Mike Matheny today and our coaching staff, and they're continued to stay energized and they're communicating well with the players and our players are staying in great shape. Of course, we have several still in Arizona, at least through the end of the month. A lot of them had leases that didn't expire until the end of the month, so it was natural for them just to stay in Arizona. Many of them had their families with them, and so they've been coming to the complex in small groups, working on the conditioning field, playing catch, hitting in the batting cage. So they've been trying to keep it as normal as possible.
Yeah, as we all are, which is kind of difficult. But one thing I do want to ask you is that there's this potential expanded playoff format coming to Major League Baseball. How can that help smaller teams like a Kansas City team when it comes to the postseason?
Well, I mean, certainly it's going to be interesting if indeed that does occur. And I've not seen the new basic agreement at this point in time. But, I think it'll probably be limited games, which gives us a chance to get some momentum and push through that and ride that momentum. And when you're a young team, you've got a chance to overachieve a little bit, hopefully. But I believe in our group. I really do. And, I don't know. If we'll have 3 to 4 week kind of reconditioning or 2 to 3, I assume it's going to be more like 2 to 3. And I think with a young team, it helps us a little bit because, I think our guys are in really good shape and they're going to be able to ramp it up rather quickly compared to maybe some older veteran teams. And so hopefully we stay healthy when that time comes. I do anticipate them Major League Baseball allows to expand the roster somewhat. I don't know if it'll be 27, 28, or 29 players. As you know, it was going to be 26, but I anticipate them allowing us to take an extra pitcher or two as we begin the season, at least for the first month.
Awesome. Thank you, Danny. Well, there is no set timetable on when the Royals will open play, but Major League Baseball and the Players Association are both in agreement that nothing will happen until health officials give the all clear for public assembly.